so I've made a new Twitter account. If you want to follow me on that, it'll be in the link below. So by all means do join, because this is a Twitter related story. So I was, scouring through the normal Twitter, stuff, and I came across a Ben Shapiro retweet. And here, I'll put it on the screen for you guys to see. But basically, it's this guy, JT Lewis, who says, CNN posted this at 4 a.m. hoping no one would see it because it proves that Admiral Donald Trump was right. Right, okay, and obviously the CNN thing is some hydroxychloroquine study that apparently shows that people survive from hydroxy. Now, listen, I have no problem with hydroxy working, but there have been like 12, 13 studies that have said that it's not really good, and just because there's one that says it's good doesn't mean it's good and effective. And I'd have to look at the actual methodology of the study, but if you want to look at actual credible journals, medical journals like The Lancet, for example, all their studies seem to show that it doesn't seem to have any positive effects, but and so therefore there's no point of taking it, and its possible side effects are detriments, so you don't actually gain anything from taking the drug. So I think the gist of this article was that hydroxychloroquine with some other drug could possibly maybe help people. And listen, the main issue I have with this, right, is not the hydroxy somehow seems to be getting a bit positive result from research, that there's hope that it's going to be a good drug and therapy for COVID. No, obviously that's a good thing, right? Anybody would want that to be a good thing. But my problem with Ben Shapiro here is that he's acting as if like he knew this was going to be a drug that worked, and that's why Trump was right to advertise it from like February, right? February, before a single study came out, this guy was saying, no actual randomized clinical trials had taken place. It was only in situ, and this guy was going, "Oh, look, everybody take this drug," and then a month later, once it's revoked from its emergency use authorization from the FDA, so you can't even use it in emergency times, which was, why it was only allowed for emergencies, and then it was removed from being allowed for emergencies. Then he goes, "Oh, I'm taking it as a prophylactic," and there's no studies on its prophylactic use, and we know, okay, it's a 60-year-old drug, but it's not like Panadol, right? It can also have certain side effects. Specifically, if people have heart issues, they should not take this, right? So there you go. My main issue is like, listen, kid, I have no problem with this drug being good for you, but my problem is you advertised it before there were any clinical trials. You could have killed thousands of people for all you knew, and I'm glad that it's not killing thousands of people, but you could have, and that's the issue. And the fact that Ben Shapiro is retweeting this to act like, oh, the left, those libtards, making it seem, oh, we can't. They don't want a drug to work. No, that's not what anybody is saying. All we're saying is, listen, kid, if a drug works, take it, right? By all means. I would love for there to be a vaccine today and a 100% survival rate drug tomorrow, right? But the fact of the matter is, you promoted a drug that had no proof of, efficacy, and as a result, thousands of people have taken it, and we don't know the exact damage of that rhetoric yet. But for all we know, it could be hundreds or thousands of deaths. And so the fact that Ben Shapiro, the lord of the progressive right, or whatever you like, the new wave conservatives, somehow is running victory laps because, oh look, there's one study that CNN posted at 4 a.m. because they're trying to hide that hydroxy has good results. I just think it's fucking ridiculous, and I think Ben Shapiro is a fraud for that matter. But I think specifically on this one, the fact that he thought, what, guys, Trump was right all along, and I knew he was right, and this, by the way, let's not forget, this guy in 2016, he was saying, I'm not a Trump supporter, I'm sometimes Trump. So when he does something right, I'll applaud him, and when he does something bad, I'll call him out. But wait, when it is time to call him out because he advertised a drug where there was no evidence, right? I don't care if it turns out to be good or not. That's all good. The fact of the matter is you promoted it before there was any of said evidence, and now Ben Shapiro is retweeting a guy saying, CNN's lying, and also, by the way, I don't really like CNN, but CNN's lying because they're posting one good study on hydroxy at 4 a.m. and so Trump was right the entire time. Like, that's such idiocy, and it's a how can you I think it's this guy's being so intellectually dishonest to say, oh, let's just ignore the process of science and listen to Trump from the get-go before there was any kind of clinical trials being done. And so those are my thoughts on Ben Shapiro. I used to be I would say I used to be a fan, but I used to certainly listen to his opinions. And but like the more you look into it, the more fraudulent this man gets. And I'll maybe do more on Ben Shapiro, but this one specifically, kind of got me heated up because, I've already explained it, but there you go, guys.